Don't touch anything.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.
Welcome to The Real Deal with me, Larry Lawton. We are going to have a great show today, everybody. We are going to be talking about gaming and like GTA and all those games and violence. Do they really inherently
Well, we should get the
bring
topic
violence?
straight. The topic originally is social media reduces.
Yeah, does
or
social media
enhance
reduce
crime.
or enhance crime, especially among youth? Is really where that game.
It wasn't video games.
No, well, I got into the video games
Yeah,
because that's modern social media
that
too.
That argument would win for sure.
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna discuss the whole topic. Before I get started, please, everybody, check us out on all our platforms. Please, we're really doing well. I want to thank everybody on Discord, man. Discord's been great. If you have ideas, please go to our Discord. It's the Larry Lawton server on Discord. In any video on any platform I'm on, you can go into the description and click on the Discord, and you will get the.
It should
Discord.
be around one of the first links.
Yeah, it's one of the first links.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Couple of
Everyone
great
likes
notes, everybody. Like, I've been telling you about the book coming out, everything with the prison book. Yes, it's been delayed. But we also got another. It's been delayed for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons I'm working on 2 books. It's done, but we're printing and stuff of that nature. I also have a re-release of Gangster Redemption with the last 10 years. And I say re-release because it's going to be edition 2. It's called the second edition. It's the Gangster Redemption second edition. And it's going to have, we're adding 2 to 3 chapters. I think it's 2. And it's going to have what I've done from 2013 until 2023 today. Because a lot of people ask me, Larry, you don't have in the book your recognition on Congress, a lot of stuff, Nick. So we're going to be doing that. We have a lot of great stuff coming with the cigar, the holiday seasons, new team, everything else. I want to show you guys something really, really important. I say important because, I went and got something very, very high end for our audience. I mean, I listen. Everybody knows if I'm going to do something, Nick, it's got to be done right.
Well, let's tell them the starter packs were about to come out, and we received a product that literally was not up to par, and we're not going to send them out.
I refuse to do anything half-assed. Everybody knows that. I pretty much make sure I do everything the way I. Can we open the window? Just a shot, please. But what I do, Nick, is I don't want to do anything that's half-assed. So what I decided to do is put the packet on hold. It's going to be here. We have the Christmas specials coming out, everything like that. That's all happening. So just to let you all know, everything like that is going to happen. But I added a product since our last product. Some of you who watch the show and know me personally, like Cabby Bob and Mark and a couple other players and people, they're good friends. They become friends after a while, I gave them our old lighters. Those lighters are not up to stuff. They're not actually cigar lighters. They are, but they're not. If you look at the opening, it's not really for a cigar, Nick, and it really pissed me off. So I decided to go all out. Cost me a lot of money, but it is worth it. You see this lighter, everybody. I'm going to actually show these people what this lighter is. Our lighters were just ordered, and they'll be here in probably 30 to 40 days. Now, these are special lighters. They go for a lot of money, but they're all over the internet. And actually, we're going to have ours cheaper than what they are on the internet, obviously. So let me explain this lighter. First of all, it can be used for anything. It has a punch, which I like. Number one, it has a punch. And a punch works like this. You take it out, my cigar. And look at that. It comes perfectly out. See that? That is a punch, everybody, and that's what it does. It takes the Nick. What it does is look at that. It's a punch, and what it does, ladies and gentlemen, it literally puts a hole. Oh yeah, it puts a hole in the top of the cigar, and when you have the cigar like that, you could. You could look at that, and you get the hole in the top of the cigar. It's called a punch. Now the lighters,
if you want to watch and see the lighters, go to YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to be putting a video up on YouTube about this as well. Now, when our lighters come in, we're doing that video, not with this video.
I'm just saying if you want to, instead of listen to the podcast, go watch.
Yeah, and they can watch it on YouTube, right. Absolutely. I forgot about that. So now, everybody, I got my cigar, and it's a great cigar, obviously. Everybody loves them. So they got the punch done. But, see, this lighter, you can feel the quality of it. You can feel the weight of it. And it's a different kind of lighter. First of all, the lighter, I never seen one like this. So when I saw them, I said, I got to get them. And I got to get them. We're getting ours in black. Our first run is black. Some people like the red, but our first run is black with the silver crooked diamond on them. The box they come in alone is gorgeous. It reminds me of an iPhone. It really does, the way they do it. But here's how it works, everybody. You actually charge them, and it's charged. It's full. You open the top, hit the button, and that is it. You see the charge there is the 4 dots.
Let's get retention. Retention.
I know, I'm doing it. I can't go fast on this, Nick. You just can't do it. And that is the gas, everybody. And that's what you do.
That was a good light. It's probably the best light I've ever seen.
It is honestly the best lighter I've ever seen.
And it's a very thick flame, so it gets
it's thick.
Whole
It's a triple
thing.
torch. See?
Yeah.
It's a triple torch.
You could just put it towards the camera.
Oh, yeah. See, it's a triple torch. And that's what makes these so good.
All crunched up over here.
It's a triple torch lighter. So I'm very excited about the lighters. I'm very excited about the smell stuff, the cigar deodorizer. I'm very excited about all the topics, cigar stuff we have coming. We're bringing merch in-house so we can do things there. We are doing so much. We got a great team together now. I think that's going to put things. Website is being redesigned. A ton of stuff. Am I right, Nick? Anything else I'm missing? Help me.
No.
You know,
it's only getting redesigned if you looked over the quote, which I don't think you did.
I didn't look at everything yet, but it's got to be redesigned. Everything's got to get redesigned.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything's being redesigned. Everything. Listen, we are on a move. I
got some new shirt ideas.
We have new shirt ideas, new
on.
logo, not new logos, but just the way the logos are presented. I think is So we have a lot of great stuff coming because we're excited about this future. I really believe this year, this Christmas time will be crazy, and I think also 2024 will be a year to be remembered. I mean, it'll be your first. Well, you've been here a year then. 2023 will be your first full year. Yeah, because you started about August of August, September.
I actually started in March when I started getting paid.
You were working like part-time.
Yeah.
You used to come here and do part-time work.
Yeah.
Then I hired you full-time, right? Exactly. I remember that. That was good. He did a lot of good stuff. We are setting up a 2024 tour. So that you will get to know what that is. We're going to set up a whole place for what's it called? For what do you call it? Dates for me. I'm going to be going up the coast. Probably stop in Georgia. Probably stop a few cities in Florida. Probably South Florida for a day or two. We're going to set up an event there. Then we're going to set up an event in maybe the West Coast, maybe the Tampa area, and then after the Tampa area. We want to head up.
Go to Lake St. Louis.
We're definitely going to Lake St. Louis. We're going to go to Georgia then, and then we're going to head out west, probably maybe South Carolina, Georgia, definitely like in Savannah area, and then after that maybe Atlanta. But then we're going to definitely go maybe South Carolina, North Carolina, and then head across and go to St. Louis because I'm an honorary police officer in Lake St. Louis. And I'll do a little training with the police department and see your area. We'll take a couple of days there just to see your area,
which is very far from Lake St. Louis.
Well, whatever it is, we're going to take it. We'll go. Well, you're in the city, right? You said.
Yeah, I'm like 45, 50
Yeah, I've been in the city.
Lake
When
St.
I was in
Louis.
Lake St. Louis, I went with the police chief into the studios in downtown. So
Yeah,
where those
I'm
big
not
buildings
downtown
were.
though.
No, I'm saying that's where we went, so I knew how long it took. And I went with the chief of police.
It's
so.
not a bad drive.
No, that's all
We
highway.
don't have traffic.
He didn't. As a matter of fact, I asked him, what about traffic? He said, don't worry about it. Especially we're in a police car.
Yeah.
I mean, the chief's truck, but whatever it was. But so we're going to do that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to the new website. We're going to have a blog. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff, guys. And you know what? I love what I'm doing, and changing lives and helping people is a big part of it. I do. Nick and argue and say, no, this is where the show came in.
There we go.
First of all,
let's get into.
Well, I'm going to get into the show, but one thing,
Retention's
thank you, Oliva. Oliva's been with me. They're sticking with us. They are our great. You met him. You know him, Nick. You get them all, and F you, Nick. I'm no cursing. That's my new thing. I'm going to try to stop cursing guys on a lot of them because I'm getting flagged by a lot of platforms. They say I'm too rough.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's not just the
I want to
curse
say
word,
something.
it's the back-to-back-to-back-to-back cuss words.
Yeah, I don't like to do that, but I'm not going to do that.
Because you love it.
Leave me alone, Nick.
It gets the intro
Anyway, what happened is Nick and I were talking about the website. We were talking about stuff, and I was telling him, and he knows, but Nick is a ball breaker. So what does he break my balls on? He breaks my balls, and I go, Nick, the internet can be good and bad, obviously, social media. And I say social media, it's Facebook, Twitter. Now they have Thread. Is it called Threads? I don't know. Is it called Threads? I don't even know if it's called Threads.
It's called Threads.
But we have so much social media, and I find out Twitter's doing better than ever with Elon Musk, who I love. But I'm getting more and more on social media.
Coming from a right propaganda source.
Right, and he don't have to do that. That's we can go back and forth on all this crap. But let me explain something. I think the internet, social media does a lot of good. Nick says it does a lot of bad, and in fact,
you say it does more good at keeping youth out of crime.
I think
that was
yes,
our argument, which
yes.
it does not.
Well, I'm the bust your chops on. Okay. I get a lot of emails and a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages and emails from people saying, hey, Larry, thank you for helping me get off drugs, or thank you for keeping me entertained so I'm not in trouble. Ever since listening to you, I know I can change.
Yeah.
Because, I was a pretty crazy guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not as crazy anymore. Obviously, I'm still a little
your
crazy.
type of content is very little compared to the type of content that is toxic and hurting the youth, for sure.
Okay, when we started arguing earlier, you never gave me an example of toxic content.
The whole SoundCloud,
that doesn't get shut down by social media.
The whole SoundCloud era, I think, was a very, very toxic point in history, for sure. It was the biggest. SoundCloud dropped, and then overdoses on Xanax just.
Okay,
boom,
wait.
boom,
Now
boom,
explain
boom,
to somebody like me who's not a social media genius for sure.
Okay, so
what SoundCloud
is a music hosting platform that came out in 2016, where all of the rappers. Up and coming rappers started posting all their music, and they're called SoundCloud rappers. And I think this era had a huge negative impact on the youth, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm going to wait.
Xanax
now you say
consumption. You don't know, so just let me get my thing out.
Go ahead.
Butt me out. Yeah. Xanax consumption went through the roof since SoundCloud came out because it's been glorified. I shut that for a reason, because you can hear the bugs through the windows. So that's why I got up and shut it.
Go ahead, Nick. Go, keep talking.
I don't know what you're doing. You're just walking.
I was gonna go open a window.
In circles in your boxers.
I was gonna go.
So here's just one example. Kids started thinking it was cool to draw all over their faces, pop Xanax, fucking drink lean every night, and this all was a
You're blaming all of that on social media.
I'm blaming it on the hype that
school.
No.
Not the kids in school, the drug kids. The kids come from different families, the hood, and everything else.
There are kids that never knew what any of this stuff was until they saw a fun-looking rapper with colorful hair talking about how fun doing Xanax was. And I know that for facts that kids.
Well, how come I don't see that? I've been
on
the internet.
62, Larry.
Listen, no.
I was in the era with friends in friend groups where they didn't know about it, and then they heard Future talking about sipping lean. So they started sipping lean. It's not Future's fault, but the social media aspect does do more damage than it has good. People stay on their phone way longer than they should. They listen to gangster rap, and they think that they're a gangster, and they've never ran down on anyone.
Nick, see, you're missing. No, I know. Listen, we're going to argue because I totally disagree with you.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what.
But there's not as many your channels out there.
It's not my channel even. I don't think, listen, you're not giving our youth, and you're not giving the people of this channel or anywhere else enough credit to understand right and wrong. And that's usually reserved for my generation.
No, they get it. And what's cooler is...
Listen, first of all, writing
Xanax
on your face is writing on your face. I don't care. It's a trend. When I grew up, getting a tattoo, and I got one at 15, was like the biggest no-no in the world. The biggest no-no.
And I'm not against these rappers.
Am I bad because I got tattoos?
SoundCloud rap is my favorite. That's for sure. I was just one of the lucky ones who didn't want to, be cool. And
Well, you said you were a troubled kid, weren't? Didn't you sell drugs and all that?
Yeah.
So what?
And that's because I was listening to music.
So you're
drugs.
blaming you selling drugs because of music?
No, I'm not blaming it, but
You
it did
sound
have a
like
big.
it.
It did have a big. There was an impact.
Listen,
There
there's an
was.
impact, but the most impact on a person should be their family or their surroundings or their teacher or their police agency in the
people are
community.
around way
How
more?
about the sports league they join?
But you know what's way more
Not
prevalent?
SoundCloud.
You know what's way more prevalent in their lives than even their parents is social media. They spend way more time with social media.
Whose fault is that?
It's no one's
How about
fault.
the parents' fault? Yeah, it is.
No, you can't stop that.
Oh,
Larry.
listen,
Good
it's
luck.
not about stop. Yes, you can, number one.
No.
There are young
If
people
you
who
want your kid
are
to
restricted on
literally
certain
hate
things.
you. You want your
Listen,
kid to
don't get
hate
me
you.
wrong. Okay, let me explain something, and I'll give you a kid. Now, you could call him good or
You're
bad.
telling me that the internet is doing more good for crime, keeping kids out of crime.
Absolutely.
No, it's not.
Now, listen, the internet not only solves more crimes, there's more shows that highlight
talking about
pedophiles.
solving.
There's more shows that catch pedophiles. There's more shows that catch criminals and highlight stupid things.
And
there's
to
YouTube
double that,
videos
there's
on.
more content glorifying gangs.
Nope, no.
Guns.
I don't see one channel on all the social
Because
media
yours is
glorify.
recommended to you, Larry. I'll go to my Instagram and it'll be the most.
So why? What do you got to curse
Sorry,
at me? Why
sorry.
do you got to curse?
It'll be
People
totally
curse
different.
when they don't know what else to say.
Then you never know what to say ever.
Right,
you
yeah, yeah.
never at one
I
point
shouldn't
know
have
what to
said
say.
that. I shouldn't have said that.
You know?
But Nick, honestly, I don't see
'Cause
where
you're
you're blaming
recommended.
social media when I'm on social media now every day.
You're not listening to me. Your social media is tethered to what you like. It's tethered to you. It knows not to show you gangster rap. It knows not to show you, how to pour up and, you're not going to see that stuff.
I'm reading an article here about, who doesn't like social media? The Reverend Cornell Jones. Because Cornell Jones says
I never
that,
said I don't like social media. I'm just saying your argument is not aligning to my argument.
Well, why not?
I think social media is great.
But you think it's bad for kids. So if you had kids, you'd recommend there be no social media.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
At
all.
Then what are you saying? That you said
I
it's
can't do
bad for
anything-
kids.
I can't do anything about it. I'm just telling you that there is an entire side that is way bigger than this do-good side.
You're
that is
missing
bad.
the point, Nick. It's not about
And
doing
promotes-
good. You could do good subliminally. You could do good in ways that are not directly saying, "Oh, I want you to come to my baseball league," or "I want you to come to Larry Lawton's channel and hear his message about crime." No. The social media has become more important, first of all, than any other platform in the world. We know that. I mean, there's more people on social media than anywhere, from Facebook to Twitter.
Do you remember
period.
the kids that went on live and ran that guy over just for some clout?
Yeah, I do.
And
And
they
listen,
they
the
did that
only reason
literally
we
just
knew
for
about
clout.
it, Nick, wait a minute. The only reason we knew about it is because of social media.
Hey, thank you for yes, that is my
So
point.
I'm glad social media was there to highlight it.
And the
Otherwise,
only
we'd
reason
never know
those
about
kids
it.
did it
You don't
were
think
to
kids
go
are doing
live.
drugs and shit in the streets when I was a kid and doing crap?
I'm telling you that yes, they are. But now more people are going to be opened up to more
people
things.
are aware of it. You're right, and that's a good thing.
I didn't say it wasn't.
It's so you're saying that it's bad, and I'm saying you're saying it creates
just weren't
crime
there.
or more. No,
You just weren't there.
I wasn't where.
You aren't there. You just didn't watch. You didn't witness all of this literally go down in front of your eyes.
No, listen, you're exactly right. If you want to talk about the time frame of social media, if you want to talk about news, listen, Nick, when I grew up, there wasn't even cable TV.
We are not talking
you
about
cannot
when
go by.
you grew
Nobody
up.
knew
Larry.
anything
We're
except the
not
6
talking
o'clock
about
news.
when you grow up. So stop talking about that. That is not what we're
You're
talking
saying
about.
I don't know. I know more than you think.
We are talking about social media, not newspaper in the 60s. That's not what we're talking about.
So okay, so why do you think social media does social media
drug overdoses
perpetuate
literally
youth
went
violence?
through the roof after SoundCloud with Xanax. Went through the roof because it was so highly promoted. Through the roof. It was the coolest thing to do with Xanax. Social media.
You know, when I grew up, Nick, they were doing acid.
Okay.
That was because the
cares about
60s.
acid?
It was get
That's what
high,
I'm saying.
get disconnected.
You keep going back to an argument that is not helping you at all. We're not talking about the 60s.
You're just
Larry.
talking about a different thing that people do. That's all you do.
We're not talking about the 60s.
No, we're not. But I'm not either. I'm talking about the 70s. But I'm also talking about, Nick, you're talking about making social
And I
media
want people
to
to
blame.
vote. If you're listening, there's going to be a vote.
You're right. At the
On
end
the
of
bottom.
this, that's right.
If you're listening on Spotify, there'll be a vote.
If you're listening,
if you're on YouTube, just in the comments.
In the comments, please. I'm going to answer them. And let me tell you what happened, Nick. What you're trying to do is blame social media.
I'm not blaming anything. I'm telling you, I'm not blaming anything. You're just saying that social media does more to prevent crime than it does.
I think social media has a better influence on kids than negative, a more positive influence on kids than a more
That's not
negative.
the argument.
What is
the argument? Is, does social media promote crime or keep kids away from crime? And I'm telling you that kids are literally going out thinking that they're gangster, in gangs. They live in the suburbs. They now drink lean. They do Xanax when they went out and searched for that stuff just because it was cool in a music video.
And like, what about the kids
that
go on social media? Because you're not there. But what about the kids? What about the kids who go on social media who look for positive groups, whether it's a debate club?
The Andrew Tate kids.
Call them whatever you want. I don't care. You go. What do you mean the Andrew Tate kid? I don't get that answer.
That's what you're talking about.
No, I am just talking about there's so many positive enforcement things, even games.
Okay, let's compare their views.
I'll compare all your views. You're telling me that negative views, you're talking me about a crime views get more views than a positive show?
Yes, you even know that working in the media. You know that anything
negative
gets more views.
Yeah, but that has zero to do with what kids are doing. Do you know, I think kids today, I'm giving them more credit.
I think you're a little out of touch.
No, I'm not out of touch. I think you think all kids are out of touch.
You still use texting symbols from 2009.
Don't keep going back to me.
You keep
because
going
I'm
back
pretty
to the
hip
70s.
for a 62, and I can bring a lot of people in here who are very young who say, Larry, man, not only are you hip, you know more shit.
They're gonna call you 40.
You have the energy, and they say I'm 40, and they say I have the energy of a 20-year-old.
Okay.
Agree?
What does that have to do with the argument?
Because you're making me out to sound like this old guy who does texting symbols from 2009. Okay? I got out of prison in 2007. There was no social media before I went to prison. So when I got out of prison, they had AOL. You've got mail. You wouldn't know what that is.
I had an AOL.
You had an AOL? Yeah. No, you weren't even around when they had You Got Mail. That was was the first social media. And then I got
Club Penguin after that.
Listen, You Got Mail was out in the 92, so you weren't alive.
I had an AOL, buddy.
I didn't say you didn't have an AOL. I'm talking about You've Got Mail was the biggest thing out there.
You just told me I didn't have an AOL, and I'm telling you I did.
You must have been 2. It
was red and white.
You must have been 2.
It was red and white.
Because AOL has been gone since I've been out of prison, and that was 2007. And how old were you when I got out of 10?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you didn't even know what social media was at 10.
You're a joke if you think that. You think that I was not on social media in 2007? I started a YouTube channel to view YouTube in 2007.
At 7?
Yes.
10
yes.
years old?
I've been on YouTube. I've literally had a YouTube channel since.
Is it around? Can I look at it?
An account?
Can I look at it?
No, these are old accounts. No,
are they closed?
my friend. Once we got into high school, they got super embarrassed. So both of them.
What were you doing?
Just
kind of videos.
Just dumb.
I mean,
kid
you get
videos.
embarrassed.
Just dumb kid videos.
They've probably been great today.
Awesome. They would be insanely good to show.
I know. I'd love to put them on my channel.
I have one of them because it's me.
Do you have it?
Yeah, it's somewhere.
We got to put it up.
I can find it on Facebook.
I think people would like to see it.
It's a music video we remade. So.
Were you a musician or anything like that?
No, not at all. We're just.
Then what were you remaking?
We were practicing our green screen skills, so we decided to use a music video.
I'll go with that.
And we were literally 11 years old doing green screen. So, don't touch my phone.
Well, I'm just straight.
Yeah, just don't touch it.
There it is, yellow. No, listen, Nick. What I'm getting at is.
But what you're saying is wrong. You're telling me I wasn't on.
You know, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there right now. I want you to think of it like this.
You weren't even on YouTube until 2020.
No, 19. 2019.
That didn't help your case.
But no. It did help my case. I was on YouTube. That's false. I thought YouTube was different. I didn't know
you
YouTube.
didn't know it had a community and drama. And
No. I thought you like fix cars or fix your glasses or fix something. You know, you want to learn to do something, play a card game, something
all the
like
positive stuff is what you knew it for.
Yeah, what do you
And I
mean
knew it for
positive? It
all
wasn't
the
even
negative
positive or
stuff.
negative. It was just something to help you.
It's
That's what I
positive.
thought it was.
Isn't helping positive?
Sure.
Okay.
Now, listen, did you see that? I didn't even know it was negative. So why? There's a lot of people who don't know it's negative.
Because a lot of people aren't 62 years old.
Listen,
sorry to
everybody,
keep going
what
back
Nick
to
is
it.
saying is he thinks social media is actually creates more crime than social media prevents more crime, correct? Is
Literally,
that the question?
I've watched
And I disagree.
police
because if you
go
get,
up on the stand and be like, these challenges are getting out of control. They're like, kids are going out in the street doing TikTok challenges,
Nick,
literally
here's the problem
assaulting people.
I'm having right now, Nick.
Assaulting people for a TikTok challenge.
Nick,
In the UK,
I'm not
it was
knocking that, and I'm
TikTok
not saying you're
challenge
wrong.
To literally walk into somebody's home. It was a TikTok
Nick,
challenge.
in New York, they had a thing called the knockout game that people would go somebody on the street and just punch them out.
And I bet you if in the 60s, if we took that and made it a challenge today, 40 million more people would have seen it and 20 million more people would have done it.
Here's my problem I have with you, Nick, is you're only highlighting the bad because maybe that's your personality.
That's my part of this podcast.
Oh.
I can highlight all the good stuff too. All of the good stuff.
And there's more good.
No, there's not.
When I look at good stuff on, and sometimes I'll do that. I mean, I'll look at positive stuff. I'll look at people's careers. I'll look at people. What do you mean who?
Who are these people?
I go to many like when I scroll Instagram or when I scroll TikTok, and I see videos. A lot of them is products that I might like I never would have known about, like a lighter on TikTok or other stuff on TikTok. I've seen good stuff. I've seen weddings. I've seen such positive stuff. I think, wow, now that's the way.
But that's
I've seen jobs.
The argument is preventing crime.
Well, listen, what doesn't create crime prevents crime, correct? No. If you take a kid and you put him in a basketball league, or if you take a kid and you put him in
who's doing that on the internet?
Social media.
Who is doing that on the internet?
He couldn't find that basketball team or that group or whatever. You know what I've learned about you? And I'll tell you why I'm really bucking this.
Huh. What?
Yeah.
Tell me. Go ahead.
How many friends do you have from when you were playing a game?
A lot.
To this day, I met one of your friends. She's a great person.
Yeah.
Tish.
Uh-huh.
Hang out here, good woman, like her, beautiful,
awesome. Yep.
nice person.
Okay.
You guys were playing games since you were 10, 12?
Yeah.
That's positive. Kept you out of crime.
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, no, yeah, playing video games, sitting home and playing video games is not social media, Larry. That's not social media.
But where did you find her on social media?
I wouldn't call like Xbox a social media.
Oh,
platform.
absolutely.
Not
If you
back
look,
in the day. No.
If you look at it today, when I look up
now it is.
the platforms, that's one of them. Now, I also look at this. After you get
Do you
to know somebody.
Do you know how much negative speech is on those platforms that people think that they can just say?
Let me ask you a question.
So
After you met Tish on
back out of
Xbox,
that.
after you met Tish on Xbox, how do you communicate with her today?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Instagram? You follow her, she follows you, you message each other.
No, her
Kicks,
Instagram's
or whatever it is, or what's Snapchat, or whatever they
Snapchat.
are. Okay, they're all social media, correct?
Yeah.
So you guys are on social media, and you're not promoting bad things, and you communicate. Listen, how many young people meet a friend and they don't meet that friend for 10 more years, and they look on social media and find them, and they reconnect? I've done that.
Tish put her ballot. This is actually a funny story. Tish put her ballots up for the 2000 and I don't know, when was Barack Obama first elected?
2016.
16. Her ballot up for 2016 on who she
was it
voted
16?
for. And
No.
she got
16 was Trump to
she
20.
got like 4,000.
What are we in?
comments.
2022? Joe Biden was 21. Obama was 2012.
No, 16. Yeah, was Trump.
Trump was 2016.
Yeah,
I said
so
it was
12,
before that.
2012.
Right.
So I was getting out of 8th grade. And at the time, she put her ballot in for who she voted for. And on Facebook, it got like 4,200 comments on it, being like,
Who that she voted for
"You
somebody?
dumb bitch, you mother."
Oh, because she voted for a black guy. Did she
don't
vote
know.
for a black
It
guy?
was
I mean, she must have. Who'd she vote for?
Obama.
Barack Obama.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But it was more like, "You dumbass, the government's gonna lock you up, you dumb bitch." And one of them goes,
you're taking it.
I just told you I want to tell a funny story.
Okay,
That's
okay.
all because I remember this. And one of the comments was, "I'm going to come to your house." They doxed her, found her address, that I'm going to come to your house and R-word you with a broom handle because of this. They gave her own address.
Well,
And said,
yeah, I
dude."
will say this about social media. They have found me. There's nothing you could hide. I don't
You got
think.
swatted from social
I
media.
got swatted.
Kids think it's the trend of swatting came from social media that happens all the time now.
People get killed from that.
Yeah, and that's a social media trend that
That-
kids do.
I could have got killed that night.
Yeah.
There's no question.
And that's all social media.
The more I
that's not
think
the
about it,
parents.
I was explaining that story, Nick, just
That's
to someone.
all
I don't
social
know if you were
media.
here. Yeah, I think you were here.
I was
the other day.
working right there. It was yesterday.
And I was talking about me coming out that door with my phone in my hand, because that's what I did. If they thought that was a gun,
That was all social
they
media.
wiped
that did
me
that
out.
to you.
wipe me out. How close was I from getting killed? How many cops are that close to pulling a trigger? And if one pulls it, they're all
pulling. And that's because of social media. You can't take that into any other. That's a social media trend, is to swat somebody.
Okay, but
It's a
I
funny
wouldn't
little
be.
joke.
I wouldn't be known.
That's a funny little joke to them.
I get it. I get it's bad. Believe me, I get it. I'm a victim of it. But
You are.
I also wouldn't be known as well as I am if there wasn't social media either.
I'm not saying get rid of social media at all. I love it. I
Yeah,
love how it is. I think it's.
You work for it.
I personally think it's getting too censored and controlled.
we do.
and
You know, and we
think
both
it
talk
need,
about it.
I think it's
Listen, everybody
because
out-
it knows itself that it was such a negative place doing negative.
Well, you know what Nick
things.
does? I got to give him this. Nick tells me a lot of times, he says, Larry, you don't know what social media or YouTube was back in the wild days. I go, what do
The
you mean?
Wild
He
Wild
goes,
West days, man,
he
were
goes-
awesome.
He goes, it's crazy. He goes, because listen, guys, I've been getting shut down for a lot of
Two
reasons.
Girls, One Cup was posted to YouTube, and it was on there for a year or so
Are you kidding me?
before it got
that
taken
thing made
down.
me so sick. That's one thing I can't stand.
Yeah.
You know that. I can't stand scat or
Yeah.
poop or any of that.
Disgusting.
It's not funny to me. People,
it's
even
disgusting.
fart jokes aren't funny to me. I mean, it's just,
I'm the same way.
it just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too clean. But, I just, there's certain bodily functions I don't think are just something to be, I don't know. Go piss on something. I don't give a shit about that. But I don't know. I'm sick. My point to everybody out there is this. I still think social media does more good. I just think what's happened is guys like Nick and the younger generation don't see the positives or don't want to know the positives. There are so many things positive that come out with more and more people. See, here's my point of view, everybody, and I hope you get it. Now, I'm going to put this in a poll as well. I really believe the more people are educated about anything, you will get the smarter and the I guess the good-natured part of people. See, I inherently believe most people. Listen, I have a T-shirt that says, "I don't believe in bad people. I believe in bad choices."
What about cyberspace crimes?
Cybercrime?
That's crime.
Of course.
It's now through the roof.
Listen, cybercrime is just because it's another avenue to do crime. I can get into crime. I mean, obviously, if we had cybercrime when I was around, I'd have did cybercrime.
We watched a whole Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, about how they do it and all that. I get
promoting it. How many kids do you think actually went and bought
But
skimmers?
how many did it prevent? How many people watch this? I'm not going to do that because I know I'm going to get caught.
Nah, I bet you more people. No,
you're not
I bet
looking
you,
like that.
No,
See,
I am.
See, you know what
No.
I just found out? I think you believe that people are more inherently bad than good, and I believe people are more inherently good than bad. And I really do believe that. Because I think you look at the negative in people, and I look for the positive. I'm always, Nick, and you know this, a guy who thinks the glass is half full, not half empty. I don't believe in the...
Oh, so now you're just talking shit.
What do you mean I'm talking shit? I'm talking shit on you if you want to talk about it.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that you believe that I believe. Listen, Nick, I always will believe that the.
And I know that this is all wrong because all of the videos I show you are all positive. What do I show you that's not positive?
No, you know what I mean. Nick, I always tell you, stop being so fucking negative. Ooh, I'm sorry, people.
Oh.
I always say stop being so negative. Don't I? I said, Nick, look at the good. Nick, look at the good in a person.
Stop telling people I'm negative. You think I'm negative?
To a degree. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Then you
Not like me. Do you think I'm very positive?
You're pretty negative, Nancy. That's for sure.
Now he's just doing that to bust my chops. Look at him. Look at the smile on his face. I want to go.
They're not going to be able to see it.
They should.
I'm in control of this edit. You see
the shit I got to go through?
Of this edit.
No,
I'll let him see it. I let him see me yawning last time. You told me. I said I wasn't going to put it in there.
That you were yawning?
You were like, stop yawning. And I said, they're not going to see it.
Why were you yawning?
Because probably I was bored.
See? Negative Nelly. Negative Nelly. I just proved that he's. And if it ain't, I don't know what it is. See, everybody who used to say to me, social media, gaming is all negative. Everything's negative. You know what you are? You're stuck in the old days. And if you like the old days.
I'm stuck in the old days?
Well, whoever. I'm talking even old people. Then go back in the old days when you had no cell phone. Go back in the old days. You didn't have cable TV.
This is where you keep getting the argument wrong, Larry. You keep switching the argument where I'm just saying that social media is that no one should have it because it's negative. No. If you use it properly, sure, you can go do
you're saying more people are using it negatively. Is what you're saying. Youth are using it negatively.
More people are reacting to the negatives than they are going out and starting a business. That's for sure.
Nick, there's no doubt about that. That goes to news.
Okay, then
more people on the know.
I win. My argument is totally right. No. Just right there, Larry.
No, because you're saying what they view, they don't do. They view. Think of that.
And then it takes an impact on them. Yes.
No. Nick, everything Larry, we watch, do we do the stupid shit we watch?
How many dangerous
challenges? Do we do the stupid shit or do we do the positive stuff?
We're not talking about
Okay, let me tell you
about
our
argument.
Stuff. I knew about Facebook a long time ago.
Why are you looking at me like that?
At least, listen, and I did the ice bucket challenge, and you can find it on.
Yeah.
Guess you know what?
I did it before you.
To raise money.
For ALS. You didn't even know what it was.
Listen, I did it. I did a big thing on eight.
Do you know when that challenge came out?
About 2010. 12 maybe. No, 10. About 10. I'm guessing 10. I bet I'm close. Do you know it?
11. You're close.
You sure of that? I'm going to look it up. Because you better be right now, Mr. Negative Nelly.
I'm doing a gamble.
Oh! Ice bucket challenge. The ice bucket challenge came out in... Wow, they even have their own Wikipedia, Nick. How do you like that? This is the best thing.
My best friend's mother passed away from ALS.
Well, we were both way off, Nick.
It was what, 2014?
Okay. But anyway, so the Ice Bucket Channel came out.
Really?
Yep.
I do remember it happening.
July, August of 2014. It went viral on social media. I ended up doing it during one of my classes, one of my events or classes, and boy, that was, I do remember, it was kind of fun. And I don't like that, you know. But anyway, I did it.
I want to do a polar plunge.
Oh, you do?
Where you cut a hole in the ice.
I see those things. I
like cold water. I like diving into springs and.
No way, man!
Oh, it's so awesome.
That shock to the heart's no good for me.
Boom!
But my point to you with the ice bucket, more people saw that. They even have their own Wikipedia. I don't see Wikipedia pages for negative stuff like murders come from YouTube or something.
Go look it up. You just haven't looked it up.
No, I'm talking about Wikipedia. Anyway, the ice bucket challenge was so big, and it was done, and it really created a lot of positive buzz. So you have to look at things like that and say, how much did people start talking about charities? How many, not just the ALS, it could have been anything for that matter.
But that's not preventing crime.
Oh, yes, it is. See, there's where people get, what do you think preventing crime is? If I'm walking, if there's a kid going to the store to rob it and I prevent it, yes, that's preventing crime. But if you can show a kid an ALS ice bucket challenge and he doesn't even think or doesn't hang around with the wrong crowd or he doesn't do drugs, that's all preventing crime, Nick. See, you're looking at, maybe we just look at life differently.
Yeah, but my view's right.
Why is your view right? That's all youth. You guys are all wackos.
Well, your view's right?
Always.
Okay.
I own the company.
Exactly.
No. Nick, you know I'm very open. If there's 3 people that can...
As long as one other person agrees with me, then you'll change your mind.
You
But
always.
it always takes that third person.
Well,
for
because you
ever
never
to
give me
agree
a good
with
debate. Give
No,
me a
I don't-
debate.
No one else does. They just say it, and you're like, yeah.
That is so not true.
That is so true, Larry.
After you
the
do-
other meeting the other day, you literally told me to be quiet while I was telling my statement of the cigar packets.
And you were right.
And you told me to be quiet. And then the other person came in and said the exact same thing as me, and they were right.
You know why they were? They explained it better. Oh, yes, they did,
explained it
Nick.
literally the same way as me. And we're not going to get into that.
I'm going to get into that on the
He
show.
said the exact same words as me.
OMG. Nick, he explained it in a way
and
that
also because
understood.
I was cut off because my idea was so bad. I was cut off.
You were so never
And then
cut
this
off.
person came in and said the exact same thing as me. And then it was like a genius idea. You and Sam were just like, no.
Nick, you're so wrong because
No.
you just don't
You
know how
even
to
started
explain.
laughing as well. You started laughing.
Nick, I even said you said that, but
well, you
never
like to cut me off too.
explained it
People
the way
who watch
he
the podcast
did.
and listen to the podcast.
Oh,
you
guys
love to
out
just
there, I'm
cut me
sorry.
off.
He
Cut me
does
off.
not know how to explain himself. You can see that here. He can't even explain why the social media is
You
negative.
just can't comprehend what I'm saying because you're 62. You can't comprehend what even SoundCloud is and what it did.
Listen, it's music.
You
You
know?
told me that's it. But it did.
You can't
You're not
comprehend it.
explaining me why other positive things aren't big. You're just taking one side of a subject. You learn it. Let me explain something. The difference between
That's
debating.
just what you're saying.
Let me
Larry.
explain something. The difference
that's what
between
you're
myself
saying.
and
you're
most
just
people.
saying that
Nick,
to make yourself right.
Listen, Nick.
But the whole part of me coming on the podcast was to have a different view than you.
Okay, Nick. Can
So
I say
I'm not
something?
just
No,
gonna-
it's not. Just don't do that. Let me explain something, Nick. Do you know why I'm good at debating people on religion?
I don't give
Because
a
I
fuck.
read the Quran.
don't
I've read
care
the
about
Torah. I've read the Bible
Okay.
5 times cover to cover.
Perfect.
So
You're
I
making my
educate
argument
myself on
perfect.
both sides.
You're not educating yourself on the negative side. You
Well, I
personally
did-
told me you don't
I
see it.
watch
You
it.
personally told me you do not see it. What you watch are dash cam videos of cops and people getting pulled over. That's what you watch. I know what you watch, and I know the side of the internet you know.
You know what I watch?
And guess what?
What do I watch? What do I watch besides porn? What do I watch?
I watch that same stuff because I'm here, so I know what you're watching.
Yes, we watch a ton of videos on what? On what? YouTube, YouTube best practices, a zillion things in there, right? Correct?
Yeah.
We watch maybe podcasts from Logan Paul and Joe Rogan, and we'll watch whatever. What's that kid? That wacko kid. I like that one point.
All
view.
I know, well, not all, but the biggest point I want to make from this is there have been so many suburb kids that have gone to the internet, watched gangster rap for a little too long, and thought that they were gangster and started wanting to gangbang and throw up signs.
So you're saying that
and
one
drink
video,
lean.
that video is a cause of our being negative or crime. Why would you say it was that? Maybe that's the catalyst. Maybe that's the straw that broke the camel's back. Maybe the kid grew up in the hood. Maybe the kid's dad's in jail.
That's not
the
what I
mom's
just
in
said,
jail.
though. Like, I've personally
You're
seen it.
saying
These suburb
that
kids
it's
go get
because a
tattoos on their
kid-
face.
What? Will you stop with the tattoos on their face? Because listen, I don't judge people. If a kid comes up to me and he has a tattoo on his face, I'm not going to say,
Oh,
you're-
I'm for
you-
sure going to judge them if the whole reason they got their tattoo was because to be a popular SoundCloud rapper.
So do you
and that has
blame
happened.
Adam 22? Do you blame him because he got a tattoo
That's success.
on his face?
That's success. No, not at all. I like the face tattoos because it's a big fuck you. But you can't have a big fuck you with living in a basement. And that's my point.
Actually, you can because now you're putting money on a big fuck you, and that's not right either.
I
No,
personally believe if
listen
you
to me.
can support yourself.
You know, you're going to learn something
go
when
ahead,
you get older, Nick.
Go ahead
You're
and
gonna-
not
when you
be
get
able to
my
fill out
age-
an application.
when
If
you
you can
get-
support yourself,
Oh, look
who
at you.
cares about
when
going
you
to get an
become my
application?
age, Nick? When you become my age, you're going to realize success has more to do with what you do, how you live, how you
But these
affect
kids are
other
still,
people.
they're
than
sad.
the money
They're smoking
you
weed in their
have.
basement. They're sad. They're smoking weed in their basement.
Maybe they're not
Dark
sad,
and
Nick.
dingy.
This
They
kid-
are. They are sad.
You know,
Larry.
I'll tell you, it's funny, everybody, because I got out of prison and I was an old-time school gangster, and it took me a little bit learning, and I learned this. I used to think, oh, my God, how can anybody do gaming? It's a waste of time, everything else. And you know what I've learned?
From me.
There is careers. There is
me.
people.
You're welcome.
I mean, the biggest industry in the world, one of the biggest, it's bigger than sports, bigger than music, it's gaming. So for me to be so negative, what? Combined, the biggest negative I had was I had this bad conception that, oh, gaming is this guy. Well, you know, there's kids who go in these, listen, we have young people that work with us. They are smart as people of I know. Well, at their age, for sure. And these kids are smart. They'll research. They'll go do things. And I know how you all research. I love it. You told me how it is. You wish they had YouTube as your teacher. Because you'd learn more.
I was so mad in school.
No, and I agree with it now.
Because they had to literally get permission from the parents and the principal to show a YouTube video. Because it was perceived as
that
bad.
goes to show you how behind our school system is. It really is.
It's never going to catch up because they don't want to catch up.
They don't want it to. It's like the prison system.
They don't want to catch up.
They don't want it to catch up. No. Obviously, I agree with that.
No.
Now,
if they wanted to catch up, they would have taught me how to manage a bank account.
Social media is part of them catching up. If they used social media, if they put classes on it and they did certain things on it, you'd get more. See, people always look to the negative of something because they don't understand it. And
you're telling me I don't understand.
No, I didn't say you. I'm saying most people. You're of the fact that you don't see the positive. I see that.
I do, Larry. I do. You want to?
Well, the positive
have a
outweighs
positive
the negative.
argument?
The positive outweighs the negative.
It's not. That's not the argument.
Or it prevents more crime than it does
There's
create.
been so many more kids that have led up down the wrong path of crime because of social media. Yes, for sure.
And how many people didn't go down that path?
Not as many.
Nick, you're
as many.
attributing people who go down the side of crime to YouTube or social media. And that's not always true. Why did I go down a life of crime?
Larry, we're not talking about this.
Well, listen, I didn't have social media. Larry. Why did I go?
That's not the argument.
So there's no
Larry,
argument,
that's
right?
not the argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Because you're saying
the argument
everybody
does
who
not
does
take
crime,
place
Nick,
in the 70s, dude. It's taking place now as the
So it's
era
all
of
because
social media. No, dude. No, that's
that's
not
what
the
you're saying.
argument. What are you getting confused about?
The argument
crime
is you're
not just
saying that
coming from social media. Crime is putting it out to more eyes that challenges, rap, gangsters. It's getting put out.
There you go, rap. What is wrong with rap?
Larry, it's my
I
favorite
love rap.
genre.
I love T Grizzly.
It's my favorite genre. Dude, and I can sit right here and tell you that Juice WRLD has had a negative effect on people. They sit there and they're sad.
Effects?
And they're sad, Larry.
Yeah,
you sit there and you listen to it and you get sad. And if you weren't sad, and if you weren't sad and you just keep listening to it, it's cool now to be sad and pop Xanax and do drugs because that is a cool sound. You like the sound. You want to do Xanax and pour up lean now.
I never did lean. I've done every drug in the book, Nick. I used to take not Xanax. I guess it's called diazepam. Nick, it was never because of Juice WRLD or anybody.
That's the thing. You are 62. I know you don't like me saying this, but dude, you're not a kid who literally grew up with SoundCloud and it had a huge influence in your life.
No, and if I grew up with the Doors, the Led Zeppelin,
that's like you saying,
and the Beatles.
That's like you saying if the Mob wasn't in your life, you still probably would have went. The Mob had a huge influence in your life because that's what you grew up with.
It did.
Okay. Now take the Mob and
saying,
put it
listen, Nick, there's a lot of people in my neighborhood who didn't go into the Mob and they went away from it.
And there's a lot of people in your neighborhood who did.
You made a bad point. Now I have to show you why you made a bad point.
Who did.
But there's more that didn't. And they're more. So you're trying to say
you guys were all criminals.
So you're saying this is my point exactly. Nick, just if you want to hear it, is the point. The point is
every New Yorker you've had on here has told me that they're a criminal and that they're all criminals.
Every New York, you hear that, guys? All you guys have been on the show, Frank and everyone. They're not criminals.
You guys all say you're built different. You had to go get it on your own by criminal activities.
No.
Yes.
We said we hustled.
And how'd you hustle? Doing illegal shit.
Not every one of us, Nick. Come on.
Everyone I've met.
More people.
Every one of them I've met.
I was a criminal. Everybody in New York. Look at Cabby Bob. Honestly, look at him.
Okay.
That guy's not a criminal.
He might have been. Because he's
Listen,
from New York.
Everybody might have done a criminal act. I think everybody. I think my mother's done criminal acts. I think my mother was a numbers runner when she was
I have
young.
not. Because I'm a golden child.
What Nick is trying to say, everybody, and I want to get it very clear.
No, now you're just
He's saying what the way you
twist.
grow up influences the way, and I agree with that 100%. But I think more people go away from crime. He's saying more people are influenced to crime by social media. And I just like the mob. Yes, it influenced me. There's no question it influenced a lot of people I know the way I was. But not everybody. Most people know. Most people have something in their head that steers them back away.
I want to hear from the gangbangers that listen to this. All the gangbangers out there that are listening to this, I want you to comment.
Listen, I lived with the gangbangers, the shot callers, and everybody.
Larry, we are not talking about the 70s, so stop. We can have a whole podcast on 70s crime. Oh, wait, we do every single day. We're talking about 2016, 2012 to 2019.
Okay.
2023.
And what do you say?
I want to know from all the gangbangers out there, have you not seen
what gangbangs
kids?
How about hear from the good kids? How about anybody out there? If you were on social media.
See, you cut me off.
I'm not
all the
cutting
time.
You.
That's all
You're
you
just
do.
asking
You
for people who
off.
did crime. How about just say people did social media influence you? That's going to be a question on the site.
But we already asked that.
We already asked you negatively.
We already asked that.
No.
And all you want to do is cut
I don't
me
think
off.
kids go to crime because of social media or
up.
whatever they see.
We've got 9 minutes, so let's wrap this up.
I don't care what you say.
just wanna keep
No, I'm not
cutting
going to wrap it up now.
We have 9 minutes.
I don't care what you got.
Okay.
I'm telling
Well,
you
you're
that
just cutting me
kids
off.
don't. I'm not cutting anybody off.
You are. You just cut me off. You definitely did.
I did not cut you off.
Yes, you did.
Now I'm cutting you off.
It's on camera.
I'm not.
You
I
literally
did not cut you off. When did I cut you off?
I was talking and trying to get an opinion from a certain group of people, and you cut me off.
Okay, why do you have to say? Okay, how's this? I want all kids who went to college and opened a business.
Yes, do it after what I'm saying.
Make
you can
no
ask
sense,
that shit
Nick.
too. Jesus.
If you're gonna ask a question, don't ask a loaded question to a specific group of people.
No, that's the whole point. Is the crime aspect. That is the whole point.
Okay, you ask all gang members why they went into crime, and if they say, that's a great question.
Let me ask my fucking question.
Go
dude.
ahead.
Jesus
Stop cursing.
Christ.
You don't need to curse.
Yeah, clearly I do, to get you to stop cutting me off and get my question out. My question is, from any gang member out there that's been in a gang lifestyle for a long time, after social media from 2012 to 2023,
Wait, first of all, they're 10 years old.
Here you go.
They're 10 years old.
Here you go. Just keep cutting me off. Can I get the fucking question out, dude?
If you stop cursing, you could.
I'm going to stop if you let me get the question out.
Well, you can't stop.
You can't stop cutting me off?
Go ahead. I'm going to let you ask the question.
Okay.
And then I get my
okay, but you won't let me talk.
Go ahead.
From 2012 to 2023, have you not seen on social media the influence of throwing up gang signs and doing street activity from kids who are clearly not from that area? That's my question. Have you seen a difference since social media's came out of kids who are clearly not from clearly don't know what they're doing and throwing up gang signs that aren't even part of them? That's all crime, Larry.
Okay, throwing up gang signs is a crime?
Trying to, oh my God.
Now,
take drugs.
Are you done with your question?
I have to be.
Okay.
I have to be.
Now, let me explain to everybody out there, and I let you talk.
So,
I let Nick
and then
talk.
we're going
to... Here's how bad his question was. The real question is, you ask
tonight
anybody...
we're going to have to edit this video.
I'll tell you what you do.
Yeah.
How's the best thing you do? Let's go to prisoners. Any ex-cons out there? Yes, ex-cons. Guys who are just like me.
Ask your loaded question.
I want you guys to chime in and tell me, did social media make you a criminal? Or
Did
you grow up in the crime business? Did you grow up in a neighborhood with crime?
That's not our argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
You're saying social media creates more crime than it prevents. That's what you said. That's the question today.
And you're asking everyone who went to prison before social media.
No, I didn't say before. You can go to prison today. I don't care if you went for 2 years. I don't care if you're a 25-year-old guy and you went to prison 2 years ago. I don't care if you even got probation. If anybody's out there and you could tell me social media made you do your crime, I want to know about it. That's what Nick is saying.
Kids started flipping packs, selling drugs because they thought it was
because of social media.
Because they thought it was the cool thing to do because they saw it on social media.
Oh, social media? It's not the neighborhood he grew up in. Maybe not the poverty. Maybe not the parents. Okay. Maybe not the
I'm telling you, I know.
System.
I personally know a lot of suburb kids who had $4 million homes, listen to a bunch of fucking gangster
and now
rap,
they're criminals.
And literally now they want to sell packs and do Xanax. Yes, Larry.
And you think there's more of those than people who didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I disagree. Yeah. That's our disagreement. Our disagreement is Nick is saying that social media creates more crime than it prevents. And I say it prevents.
I'm even going to go to the whole cyber crime.
I think it keeps people social.
That will just win the argument right there.
I think it keeps people social.
Cyber crime.
I think it keeps people connected.
I agree.
I think young people have another outlet to talk about not going in crime because they're smart. They realize the police monitor social media, so they're not going to go on social media. But
the whole fact right there, part of the argument was that aspect right there. That was the argument, is how many people are promoting not doing crime compared to all of the channels that are promoting crime.
Now you're saying...
That was the whole start of the argument.
No, it wasn't.
How many channels... Literally, I'll go back. I'll replay it and saying not all the channels are like your channels, Larry. There's more channels promoting negative crime than there are Larry Lawtons telling you not to go to crime.
Totally disagree.
That is totally true.
Are you kidding me? How many podcasts out there? Every podcast we listen, every single one does not promote crime. Everyone. Even the No Jumpers who have gang members on.
That promotes crime. No Jumper promotes crime.
No,
yes, they do. No, they do. Yes, they do, Larry. They for sure, they highlight crime and glorify crime. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, Larry.
When did you ever hear them promote crime?
Every time. I can go on any of them, and they're promoting crime. They are, Larry.
Name me one crime they promote. Name it. I'm a lawyer. I want to debate the law with you.
Adam's part of the whole Zanny phase. Adam is literally the part.
I've never heard Adam once say anything about Xanax on that show.
You weren't watching him at the time.
The last 4 years I've been.
You were not watching him while Xanax was running through the communities.
So more kids now went and become Xanax dealers because Adam 22 is a Xanax.
Took Xanax and got hooked on Xanax because it has been promoted so heavily. Yes. It's glorified, and that's my whole argument.
Well, now you're going back to doing something. I mean, more people probably got into motorbike racing because of Adam, and maybe a sport like that.
What was that?
Because didn't he do bike racing?
Motorbikes?
Well, not whatever. Bicycles or BMX?
It's just hard to have a...
Is it BMX?
Yeah.
Okay. So probably more people went into BMX.
No way. More people definitely started doing Xannies than they did riding BMX because of Adam.
I think people get more into... There's more channels that promote great motorcycles, sports.
That's not the argument.
Race. Yes, it is.
No, the argument...
You're saying there's more stuff on the internet, social media, that's promoting bad and making people do crime than there are more things positive.
No, you're just saying positive. I'm saying literally a Larry Lawton style channel to prevent you from doing.
I don't prevent anybody from doing any. Listen, I just tell the facts.
It's literally in your bio.
I tell the facts.
It's literally in your bio.
Nick, I tell facts is what I do.
To help prevent.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But so does every other podcast. Every time I see anybody, I hear Joe Rogan say it all the time.
No, he doesn't count. He's not in the niche. I wanted the niche is what I'm talking about.
Okay. How about JD DeLay?
There's literally
How about
7
Ian
of
Vick?
you guys. There's 7 of you guys.
How about 24/7?
You can keep going. And
Lockdown to whatever his name. Yeah, Lockdown. Good guy. How about every podcast? Michael Francis, all are people who Jessica Kent.
There's not enough.
You show me the ones that are promoting crime.
Okay.
Name me one.
World Star.
World Star what? Hold on. What
World
is that?
Star?
YouTube?
Yeah. I don't know about anymore.
Okay.
World Stars literally promotes like actual
On what
fights
social
and
media?
violence.
I won't even go there.
It's World Star.
What social media? Facebook?
Look at it anywhere.
Okay, just
You
World
look at
Star.
World Star. World Star fights.
World Star Fights promotes fighting? So what? The fight game's legal?
Huh? No, not when you're doing it like
Not-
running
no.
up to somebody's house and knocking them out.
Oh, no. 100% agree. I don't even see World Star here.
Okay.
So
World
you show me a World Star.
NBA Youngboy, Juice World. That's all negative, dude.
Juice WRLD is negative?
Yes.
His music's negative?
Yes.
I've seen a lot of
He's my
positive
favorite,
songs about
Larry.
love and all
He's
that.
my favorite, and it's negative. It
I
promotes,
disagree.
It
So you can
promotes
say
drug
T Grizzly
use.
promotes drug use?
He promotes gang
No, he
lifestyle.
doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He's a guy who made mistakes and he tells the story.
He promotes the gang lifestyle,
Well, that's
and I
you.
love him for it. It's awesome.
Well, you can love him all you want. I love him because I love him news and he tells the truth. And that's who I relate to. He doesn't bullshit. And, you know, he'll look at how good he's doing. He does a GTA game server. He has music that comes out. I don't ever hear anything negative about him. What? Have you? Yes, he got into trouble. And he got out. I got in trouble too,
We're
Nick.
not talking
You remember
about the
that?
individuals.
You remember, Nick? I got in
We're
trouble.
not talking about the individuals.
Listen, guys, everybody, Nick is just, he hasn't showed me, I named 7 channels
Larry,
off
literally
Jump
just.
Street
Oh my God, dude.
out of the top of my head that all promote positive. Look him up, Nick. Go ahead, look him up. He can't find one, everybody.
Larry, I just named.
World
I can
Star.
just keep going to every rapper out there, dude. Like,
Oh, now the people. Now you're saying there's people, not channels, people that are promoting this.
don't
They have a channel
Don't they
that
have
promote.
channels,
Show me
Larry?
a big channel with millions of
Oh my God,
views.
dude.
That. How about
Let's go
Taylor
to
Swift?
YNW Melly.
How about Taylor Swift?
YNW.
How about Taylor Swift?
You're just getting off the. No,
I'm not.
Does Taylor Swift fall in the Larry Lawton genre?
Absolutely. None
No,
of those
she
guys, too.
doesn't, dude.
She's promoting positive stuff.
She's not promoting not going to prison, dude. She doesn't sit there and tell you not to go down
and
the life
wait a
of
minute,
crime.
Wait a minute, Nick.
She doesn't sit
Do you
there.
think these other guys go on there and say, I want you to go down a life of crime?
Yes, Larry.
Name one of 'em.
What are you tripping on, dude?
He's tripping, guys. Nick is tripping bad. I never seen this before.
God.
And this ain't bullshit
done.
now.
I'm done arguing.
No, you can't be done.
No, I'm done. I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
go to YouTube.
I'm not editing an hour and a half podcast today when it needs to be out in literally 4 hours. That's all I'm trying to say.
Listen, okay. I'm on YouTube.
Okay.
Name me one channel on this platform. I'm on it.
Go look up YNW Melly.
Okay. YouTube.
And tell me he's not slinging around guns.
Melly.
He's not throwing gang signs up. He's not promoting a gangster lifestyle.
I don't see one thing.
You're crazy.
Oh, just because he got gold and money and he does rap. Right? That's what you're saying? He's got 6.7 million, 6.9 million subscribers, and he's a music channel. Okay. So you tell me where, now if you're talking a music channel,
Okay.
now let me go to Taylor Swift. How many she has?
Yeah, okay, we're done. I'm not arguing anymore, dude, because you just keep getting off the topic. I'm talking about there's not enough JDs, Jessica Kents, Larry Lawtons out there literally trying to prevent.
Taylor Swift has
Fuck Taylor
54.4
Swift,
million
Larry.
subscribers.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Nothing. And I'm done here.
Now, if they say,
I'm
I
done
want you
here.
to go out there and I want you to rob a bank, I'm YNW Melly, that's promoting crime. I never heard that. Now, you're going to talk about
Larry,
their music.
promoting crime is literally glorifying crime. You're promoting it.
How about glorifying positive
done
things?
here,
Can't we
dude.
do that?
I'm done
What about
here.
people who promote glorified stuff, good stuff? Don't you consider them good, Nick?
But that's not. Oh my God.
Oh no,
that's-
Nick, you're trying to really cherry
No,
pick.
and I'm
All
done.
right,
You're
everybody,
cherry
I think we're
picking
done.
too.
He's
That's
totally
all
cherry
you're doing
picking.
is
I want
cherry
you to
picking.
let me know
That's
what you
all
think.
you are doing is cherry picking.
Nick, I'm not cherry picking.
You are.
You couldn't tell me one station that actually promotes crime and says, I want you to do crime. I say I
That's
don't want you to do
not the
crime.
point. I know, but glorifying something is promoting it, dude.
But you know, if you don't glorify it and you glorify success, isn't that positive? How about Gary V?
That's not.
How about
promoting
a
not
zillion of
doing
those
it.
channels like
That's
that?
not promoting not doing it.
That's promoting positive things, Nick.
Okay, and that's not the
why
argument, dude.
Social
That's not the
media
argument.
is more positive
It's not
and
the argument.
prevents.
Okay, you win.
We
Cool.
said
Whatever.
social media.
You're done.
I said social
I'm done.
media prevents crime
done.
more than it does. You can be done. All right, everybody. Nick is done. Argument won by Larry.
Don't touch anything.
Stop
He's
that
the
1
greatest
second.
find-
See that, everybody?
I'm done.
That's called a pissed off producer.
No, you are not seeing the point.
That's okay, Nick.
And that's okay.
Nick, you're wrong.
And that is
We can
totally
argue-
okay, Larry.
Nick,
that
you're
you don't
wrong.
understand.
And we'll have it with
that
another
you
person
don't
here.
understand.
We'll have it with
it's
another
totally
person.
okay.
We need Sam here.
Okay, Sam has no idea what the hell is going on the internet, and you're the most corrupt person.
Wait.
Let's go get Jordan. Let's get Jameson on and talk about it.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I will invite that kid
Awesome.
on tomorrow.
Perfect.
Next show is going to be with a
Perfect.
kid named Jameson.
Perfect.
And we're going to argue.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good.
And don't tell him what we're talking about.
I won't. I'm going to tell
I
him
know
he's
you
gonna come
love
on
rigging the system.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will do this and it'll come out next week.
Awesome.
Great show.
Cool.
Nick, I mean that. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, this is a serious
And
topic.
guess what? There's going to be a third person involved, and Larry's eyes are going to open the hell up.
We're going to see.
Watch.
I'll tell you what, we're going to invite Paul on too.
Okay.
Paul
Yeah.
and Jameson.
Yeah.
A 40-year-old, a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Done. All right,
And a
everybody.
26-year-old and a 62-year-old.
What did you say?
That's
All right,
all
right,
across
right.
the board.
That's all across the board. I love it. Everybody, I'm sorry if we argued a little bit too much today.
I think they like it.
Well, I don't know about like it, but I'm right. We'll find out.
You're
the
wrong. You're totally wrong.
Next show or two. Hey,
Dead ass
everybody, thank
wrong.
you very much. Wait a minute. I do want to say this. Friday, I'm going to have a very important show. It's going to be a very serious show, and it's going to be on the Israeli-Palestine conflict. I think we need to open eyes on that. It's some serious stuff going on right now. I know we put our heads in the sand, most people. I do to a point. This is all over the pay. There's American hostages. Thousands of people are dead already, and who knows what's going on. This is serious stuff, Nick. I got to get that, and we're going to have a couple experts on, and I think people need to know
And
that.
social media is promoting terrorism.
Everybody, have a great day.
I don't want that to be on record for my argument.
Well,
It's just,
everybody, please tune in
skip.
Friday. We're going to have a great show Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Please
touch
make
anything.
good choices.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.